How are you right now?
I'm good. I'm finally, after about 4 months of touring, back in Los Angeles, and it is very, very nice to be home with my dog, who is, I don't know, he's here somewhere. He's like laying down on the couch over there.
What's the breed of your dog?
He is, he's a rescue dog. So
Wow.
I tell everybody he's a mini golden doodle, but I should probably figure out exactly what he is. I don't know.
Kudos to warm hearts like you who loves rescue dogs. They deserve it. They
Oh my
deserve
gosh.
you.
They are the best. I mean, I'm such a dog guy. I actually,
Yeah.
for the new single Miracle, I actually just shot a music video with Elvis about
Wow.
instead of doing like a full big music video, we held a dog adoption event and we tried to get a bunch of dogs adopted.
Yeah. How long have you been with Elvis?
I had him about 10 years.
Wow. 10 years.
I know. And he looked like such a puppy still.
Wow.
He's like, well, now he's like, here, I'm gonna go get him. Hold on. Come here.
Yes.
Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Everybody loves you. Why do you hide?
Oh, he's such a cute. I think he's a poodle.
Yeah, he's a poodle mix. Yeah.
Yeah. We have the same dog. I have a poodle as well.
Oh, nice.
He's
Where's
downstairs
your
playing.
Okay.
Hello, Elvis.
Now he's literally just gonna sit in my lap for the rest of the interview.
Yeah, that's good to know. No, Elvis, you are at good hands with Justin.
He's like, pet me. You moved me. Pet me now.
Yeah, that's good to know. Now let's talk about your music. Justin, what is your EP all about? Finding the opposite of loneliness. It's kind of ironic, and it's kind of, it's the title itself has full of emotions. What is the EP all about?
Yeah. Well, I had a lot of emotions when I was writing it. So the EP Finding the Opposite of Loneliness is based off of a lyric in my new song Miracle. And the lyric is, I've been trying to find the opposite of loneliness. There ain't a word for it, because there is no word for the opposite of loneliness. It's not togetherness. It's not happiness. And what's so interesting to me about that is the opposite of loneliness is different for everybody, right?
Yes.
So like my opposite of loneliness could be Elvis. Your opposite of loneliness could be family, or, whatever the things are that make you feel good and alive, and the opposite of depressed and lonely. So writing this EP, I split it into two parts.
Yes.
And the first half is about are songs where I haven't found the opposite of loneliness, songs where I'm dealing with loss and depression and anxiety, like Lose Ya, which is about dealing with losing somebody or losing myself. If You're Meant to Come Back, which is the sadness of a relationship ending, and trying to convince myself to trust the universe to understand that if that thing is meant to come back to me, then it will. And songs like Lifeline, which are about just being absolutely depressed and feeling like you're drowning. And, Drink Alone, which is about a breakup and trying to get over someone and thinking that I should be out in the world trying to get over them, but I can't. I'm just home drinking by myself. And then the second half. Yes, the second half is about songs where I'm either finding the opposite of loneliness, I'm on that journey, or I found it, right? So Bigger Than is one of my favorite songs off the EP. That's about being bigger than your fears and knowing that it's not about what you've accumulated, but what you do in life and who you do those things with and who you surround yourself with and being a good person. And so that song is the transition between the two, because that's the song to me that starts to outline how you find the opposite of loneliness, right? It says, I don't want to end up in a hospital room holding nobody's hand. I don't want to die alone, right? I don't want to look back on my birthdays like they're random Thursdays. I want to live a life, right? I want a life that's bigger than all of the houses I want to buy for my friends. A life that's bigger than every person who ever told me I can't. I'll look back and want to be remembered for what I did, not what I had. I want a life that's bigger than. So it's about being bigger than your fears.
Yeah.
And that's the outline and kind of the blueprint for how you find the opposite of loneliness. So then the next song, Miracle, which is the song that contains the actual lyric and is the single at the moment, is about having found it, right? Finding that relationship that is a miracle that gets you through.
Yeah.
And one of the most amazing things that has happened through writing this EP and letting this music out in the world are the messages that I receive back from people who listen. And there's the reason that there's so many songs in this EP is because I wanted to give something for everybody through every stage of depression and anxiety, all the way up to finding that happiness and finding that peace. And so what I've been doing is I have this folder in my phone of songs, of messages that I've got from people
Wow.
who have listened to the music. It's called Inspired Through Music.
Yeah.
And these are all these messages that I've gotten from people that have connected with my songs. And it is really crazy, some of the stuff I get. This is a graphic that someone sent me. It says 1 month, 7 days, 23 hours, 39 minutes, and 52 seconds. That's how long they've been self-harm free, listening to my music.
And that's a good point, because you're not just helping yourself, but you're helping others as well.
Yeah. And there's some really heavy ones in here. And then there's stuff like, this person sent me, I just wanted to say your music really helps so much. Got my heart broken today, and I've been listening to all your songs on repeat. I'm better, I think. So thank you for every song.
Wow, that's so heartfelt. Now, having said all of that, Justin, where are you at the moment? On the first part of your EP, or on the second part of your EP? And how are you dealing with all the moments that have happened in your life?
Where am I? I would like to say that I'm on the second, but the truth is it's a lot more complicated than that. There are days when I'm on the second, and there are days or minutes or hours when I'm on the first. And to be completely honest with you, this week has been particularly tough. I got back from touring for 4 months in Europe and doing all of these things. And I came home and instantly went back into a depression. Even though it was nice to be home, I just felt like, had I done enough? All of the hours and work and travel and concerts and meet and greets and promo and all the things that I had done, my thought was, oh my gosh, well, the streaming numbers on this record aren't good enough. And this person's over here doing this thing. And, I just did this, but it didn't translate enough to my social media or my, everything for an artist. Just if it's not a rocket ship, just seems to be designed to make you feel bad about yourself. So, I came home and really kind of went into a steep depression. And it took me a couple of days to pull myself out of it. I'm in a great relationship right now. So, Miracle, not only do I have that as a relationship with my dog, but I have that as a relationship with a significant other right now. And that's been really phenomenal. And it's given me a lot of reason to not be depressed and anxious. But even within that, it's really hard to control. And for me, one of the things that I've learned through writing this EP and going through my depressive states and my anxiety is there's a couple of parts for me to get over my anxiety or through my depression. Part one is acknowledging that I am depressed, giving myself permission, saying, okay, I acknowledge that I feel this way. And then the second part is saying, I give myself permission. I acknowledge that I feel this way, and that's okay. Because what I used to do is I used to be depressed, and then I used to think about all the great things that I have in my life and go, not, oh, I'm so grateful for these things, but I have all of these blessings in my life. Therefore, I shouldn't be depressed. But I still was depressed. So I would get even further down on myself because I would say, well, I shouldn't be depressed, but I am. So now I feel worse about the fact that I'm depressed.
It's okay to not be okay.
it's okay to not be okay. And that is something that took me a very long time to understand and realize. And I'm still trying to understand that most days when I'm not okay. So it's, you know, how am I doing? In this moment talking to you, I'm doing great.
Great. Nice to hear that, Justin.
Right.
That you're doing great.
But you know, that doesn't mean that tomorrow I'm not going to feel a certain way. And keeping busy and writing great songs and talking about my feelings helps, but giving myself permission to feel the way I feel also helps.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, listening to you inspires me a lot. I know, and there are a couple of times that I'm on that stage as well, but you know, with my work, with my family beside me, those things help me. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Thank you for sharing your music and helping others, you know, with that similar stage of your life. Now, you've mentioned tours, Justin. Have you visited the Philippines already?
Yes, I was there before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I was touring with Kygo. I was the opening act for Kygo and then performing stargazing and in his show. And I'd really love to come back. I hope that I get to come back this coming year. That would be awesome. There's no plans yet, but I'm hoping that there will be.
Yeah. What are your most memorable moments when you visited the Philippines?
Oh my gosh, there was this one buffet. I forgot exactly where we were. I think it was
Is it the food, the place, the experience?
Oh my God,
in general?
the food was quite the experience. I remember we were so I forgot the hotel, but we literally went downstairs and it was like the buffet was just massive, and it was all this interesting food that was not, you know, was not really native to me. So I mean, I just got a kick out of all the food. And I'm a bit of a foodie, so you know, anytime there's something interesting to try, I'm like, ooh, what is this? So that was
you
great.
should come back here. You should come back here. You should
and eat more food
and eat more Filipino food. Now, speaking of, you know, writing, you know, you wrote songs for different artists like Kygo, Ricky Martin, Backstreet Boys, etc. Is there a different between writing songs for the others and writing songs for yourself? Do you feel any difference or any pressure, or
yes
none
and
at
no?
all?
It's different. It's different in some ways, it's similar in others. At the end of the day, whether it's my music or music for somebody else, I'm still trying to write the best song that I can and tell the best story that I can. And none of that works if it's not based in somebody's truth, right? So whether it's my truth or the truth of the other artist that I'm writing for, or the truth of another songwriter in the room, it's all about telling the truth. Because if you tell the truth, the likelihood is that somebody else will also resonate with that truth, right? So, for example, if you're meant to come back, I walked into the room with my buddy, who I wrote, a couple of buddies that I wrote it with, and I asked one of them how they were doing, and he said, well, you know what? I'm doing okay. I just had lunch with my ex, and we discussed whether we should get back together again. And I had this speech prepared for her, because even though that I love her and I want to get back together, I don't know if she's in that place. So I said, I don't know where we're going to be in the future, but I know that I'll be waiting for you. So
that's it.
You can go and fill, you know, whatever hole it is that you're trying to fill in your life. And if you're meant to come back to me, then you will. And I turned to him, I went, have you written that as a song? And he was like, no, I haven't thought of it that way yet. So then we wrote it. And of course, for me, I go, well, that resonates so deeply because I just broke up with my significant other a couple of months before. And I feel the same way. I was almost more okay breaking up because I realized that my parents went through a 10-year courting relationship. They were off again, on again for 10 years, and they were meant to come back together. Yeah. And that's okay. And that's how I felt.
Truth speaks to your music.
Sorry?
Truth speaks to your music the way it should be.
Yes. So if you tell the truth, that's usually the best way forward.
Yeah, just to wrap this up, Justin, may we have your message, your Filipino fans, and to your fans all over the world, to get a copy, to listen to the songs in your latest EP.
Yes, that first of all, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and for amplifying my message, because this doesn't work without you. And to everybody out there who's listening, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully, oh, Elvis is trying to say something. Hopefully, this, if you're going through a rough time, this makes you feel and helps you feel better. But I can't wait to come back to the Philippines and see you and see everybody who has been listening. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we are excited to see you here also, to see you here again in the Philippines, and hope you can come back the soonest possible.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you, Justin, and thank you, Elvis, for your time. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.